Today is the day you begin to think differently, not like the average person, but like the wealthy, like the abundant, like the unstoppable. Because wealthy people aren't just lucky. They're not just born into money. They think, speak, and act differently. And that difference starts in the mind. Your mind is your most powerful asset. It can be your greatest ally or your biggest limitation. So today we train it for abundance. Let me be clear. Wealth doesn't begin in your wallet. It begins in your thoughts. The wealthy don't think if, they think how. They don't ask, can I? They ask, what must I do? They don't dwell in limitations. They dwell in possibilities. They don't focus on problems. They look for solutions. Where others see obstacles, they see strategy. They take responsibility, not just for what they do, but for how they think, how they speak, how they feel. They understand. Your inner world creates your outer world. Wealthy people believe in the unseen. They have vision. They visualize their future before it exists. They feel the success before they touch it. They embody the mindset before the results show up. And that vision becomes their standard. They do not tolerate mediocrity. They do not live on autopilot. They design their life with intention. They don't wait to feel confident. They decide to be confident. They speak wealth, even if they haven't seen it yet, because they know the world responds to certainty. Wealthy people think of money as a tool, not a burden. They don't fear money. They don't worship money. They understand money as energy, a reflection of value, trust, and flow. They don't say, I can't afford it. They say, how can I create it? They don't say, I'm broke. They say, I'm building. They don't say, I don't have enough. They say, I'm expanding my capacity. It's not about lying to yourself. It's about training your focus. Because where your focus goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, results follow. Here's what wealthy people do differently. They read every day. They invest in knowledge. They track their goals. They wake up early. They take care of their health. They surround themselves with growth-minded people. They are obsessed with self-discipline. They don't wait for motivation. They move with commitment. They don't rely on emotion. They rely on systems. They know success is not sexy. It's consistent. They don't play the victim. They play the long game. And above all, they take ownership. Words are powerful. Wealthy people speak intentionally. They say, I am capable. I am resourceful. I am a magnet for opportunity. I create value everywhere I go. They avoid complaints. They don't gossip. They don't speak in fear. They don't speak in doubt. Their words build. Their words expand. Their words declare. Because they know what you speak, you shape. Wealthy people protect their energy. They know your emotional state creates your energetic signature. Fear, doubt, worry. Those repel opportunity. Gratitude, certainty, courage. Those attract it. They choose what they consume. They choose what they focus on. They choose who they surround themselves with. They aren't reckless with their time, and they're even more careful with their peace. They don't chase, they attract, because their energy is aligned with abundance. Here's the truth no one wants to hear. Wealthy people fail more than others. They don't avoid failure. They master it. They learn from it. They grow through it. They use it as fuel. They don't ask for an easy path. They ask for the strength to walk the hard one. They don't quit because of discomfort. They rise because of it. Every setback is data. Every rejection is redirection. Every challenge is a test of alignment. The wealthy don't hope they'll succeed. They decide they will. They live with boldness. They move with faith, not just in themselves, but in something bigger. They believe that when they move, life responds. That when they commit, resources appear. That when they speak, doors open. They understand that wealth is a mirror of self-concept. That when you raise your standard, the world recalibrates. And so they speak boldly. They think courageously. They act powerfully. So now the question is, what will you do differently? Will you keep thinking like the masses or start thinking like the wealthy? Will you keep reacting or start creating? Will you keep doubting or start declaring? This is your moment. This is your turning point. Speak with intention. Think with vision. Act with power. Because abundance is not an accident. It is a mindset. Train your mind for abundance, and everything else will follow. You are capable. You are powerful. You are the source, and you are ready.